Hey everyone, I'm Aaron from the video team here at Brandetize, and today I'm going to give you some of my top recommendations for filming yourself if you're on a budget. So this is going to be part one of a three-part beginner, intermediate, and advanced series going over different types of video and audio gear that I personally recommend for people wanting to shoot more videos for their businesses or their personal brand. Now, this equipment is definitely geared towards those who are looking to film themselves on their own set, like this one that we have here, a talking head video, if you will. However, a lot of these can also be used for vlog style videos that you see are very popular on YouTube and Facebook today, where you're walking around town filming your experiences and providing your thoughts. But let's jump right into today's list for beginners on a budget. I'm going to give you 5 pieces of video equipment recommendations, starting with the easiest of the bunch. Number 1, the camera. If you're just starting to get serious about the video for your channel, website, or paid ads / marketing, then I definitely suggest using a smartphone like this iPhone I have right here. If you have a newer iPhone like this one, an iPhone 10 or later, or a Samsung or other smartphone, basically anything made in the last 3 years, it likely has a pretty great camera with a 4K sensor, meaning that in a setting like this one where we have here, you can easily punch in without much quality loss, thus giving you 2 camera shots in one. Now, I'm not going to go too deep on that topic, but there are plenty how-tos here on YouTube for that. But the point is, your smartphone is a very powerful tool, especially with how mobile it can be. And for many people out there, a camera like this is actually just enough for what they need. Though if you do want to make a minor upgrade somewhere in the $500 range in this area, I'd recommend a Sony a5100. I have an a5000 here, which is a discontinued camera, but it still has the pop-up screen for selfies, which is great if you're filming yourself on the go or on your set. This is going to unlock some better low light performance and overall improve the look of your image versus just using a smartphone, which will give it a more professional feel. One note here though, I could recommend any number of Canon or Nikon DSLRs on Amazon that record video and are priced around the same $500 range. The reason I'm not doing that is because, like I always say this, the best camera is the one that you actually have with you. And for the most part, that's gonna be the phone in your pocket. Therefore, me recommending some chunky, heavy DSLR is just not a great comparison to something that can fit in your pocket. That's why the a5000 or 5100 is a great camera, because it can, in a sense, fit in your pocket if you have big pockets. But let's move on to my second recommendation, microphones. Now, the thing about microphones is they come in all sorts of shapes and sizes and uses. But let's quickly go over the 3 main ones without going into too much detail. First, we have cardioids. These are great desk microphones, especially if you're doing podcasts or voiceovers or any other videos really where the microphone being visible in the shot doesn't really matter too much to you. If this is what you think you might be looking for, then I'd recommend either the Blue Nano USB, which is the newer one, or a Blue Yeti. These are both USB mics and they're easy to use. They plug directly into your laptop. So even if you're just trying to improve the audio of your Skype or Zoom calls, these are pretty great. And in fact, this Blue Yeti has been a fan favorite for basically the past decade. I mean, this same model has been around, I got it turned around there, but it's been around since 2011, 2012. So it's been around for quite some time. And both of these come in at around $100, so they're great recommendations. Second, we have lavaliers, which are really great for interviews and presentations and are just convenient in general since they attach to your shirt. And you don't have to worry too much about needing additional equipment or amps or people to make them work right, people to operate them. The one caveat here is that typically lavaliers have the worst sound quality of the 3 types I'm going over right now, and are probably the least reliable in that they drop connection, they're static, they run low on batteries because they're battery operated. But I guess that's the price of convenience and versatility that you get with a wireless system like a lavalier system. For you guys, I'd recommend the new Rode Wireless Go lavalier system, which is around $200, which is definitely on the higher end of my 3 recommendations today. But if you're really on a budget and you wish to record straight into your smartphone, then I can also recommend the Rode Smart Lav, which I have in this bag right here. This is around 60 bucks, and though you'll have to be much closer to your camera because it's not very long, it's only about 6 feet long to connect to your camera, it is still a significant upgrade over the built-in microphone that you're gonna find in a smartphone. Finally, number 3, we have condenser microphones, which are often referred to as shotgun microphones due to their very direct sound and pickup polar patterns and their ability to kind of reject and isolate sound around them. These are also the best if you want the more professional of looks, where the microphone can be hidden just out of frame like it is in our set right here, but you can see the microphone boomed up there. But for the purposes of this video, since we're on a budget, I'm going to recommend the Video Micro from Rode, which is this little guy right here. It plugs into pretty much every DSLR camera there ever was. They also have a version of this that plugs directly into your lightning port on an iPhone. I don't know if they make one for Samsung devices, but if you have an iPhone, you can definitely get the iPhone version, which is a little bit more expensive. That one's about 80 bucks, this one's about 60. This would be particularly ideal if you want a mobile vlog setup using your smartphone, because then you can have a more enhanced audio, but it's not attached to you, it's just on your smartphone. And it gives you the versatility to be able to record outside without the audio sounding horrible because of wind noise, because it comes with a little dead cat. But let's move on to my third gear recommendation, which is lighting. Lighting is probably the biggest thing I see when it comes to amateur video online. Unless you're utilizing the sun, which by the way is a great, albeit sometimes unreliable light, then you need an actual professional grade quality light like this one that isn't going to make you sweat bullets because it's super hot. It's not gonna make you look unnatural because the light quality is not that great, or it's not gonna trip a circuit breaker because it just requires so much power. So for that reason, I love LEDs, and I pretty much love every product that Aperture makes, which is what this one is. This is the ALMX. They make really bright, cool running LEDs that also have great quality and color rendition, which is not, like I said, always the case with LED bulbs. So Aperture is gonna have you covered all the way from $50 up to $1,000. So if you're on a beginner budget, this ALMX, which is still around 150 bucks, is the physical size of a credit card. It's rechargeable, and like I said, it's very bright. I mean, that thing's super bright. It even has a little boost mode, which makes it even brighter for a short amount of time. You could also go with the newer ALMW, which is around $210 if you have the budget for it. The main advantage of that one being the fact that it is waterproof. So if you live that adventurous lifestyle, then by all means, go with that one. So that's kind of it on lights. We have 2 more, but before I want to talk about that, everything I'm recommending here can be used whether you're just beginning or a professional. I obviously have all this equipment, I've used it all. I am a professional level player in the game of video. I have very expensive equipment, but I also use a lot of this other equipment. So everything I'm recommending today, I would say, while it is cheaper, it is still professional grade. I still use this little light all the time because the quality is really great. Now, obviously, if you want a nice, big, beautiful light that's gonna make you look nice and well lit, like the big ones we're using right now, you're gonna have to pay a little bit more money, but at least you get to start with somewhere, and this is a very mobile setup, which is why I'm kind of recommending these items today. So my fourth recommendation for beginners is pretty simple. You're gonna need a tripod, and since we're working with a relatively light camera here, whether your smartphone or that A5100 that I recommended, then I'll recommend the 5400 DLX from Sunpack, which is only 15 bucks, and it includes a smartphone mount with it, so you don't have to buy that separately. Though I probably wouldn't recommend taking this thing outside since it's pretty light and it's likely to blow over in the wind and crack your camera or your smartphone. But if you need something that's a bit more heavy duty, then you're gonna have to increase your budget in this area. Definitely steps up above this. Our brands like Manfrotto are very popular and they're more heavy duty. But for what you guys are gonna need in your home office or studio and you're just using a smartphone or light camera, this $15 tripod is gonna be good enough. Now this brings me to my fifth and final recommendation, and it has to do with sound. Before you go out and spend hundreds or even thousands of dollars in the coming months and years on better audio equipment, which I recommend eventually, I want you to first consider treating the room that you're recording in, whether it be your home office or a studio. You need to put up some sound dampening material when you're recording to avoid that annoying echo or reverb sound that audio can have, especially if you're recording in a smaller room with hard floors like hardwood floors or marble floors. It's very distracting, and it will definitely distract from your message with your audience. The solution is pretty simple too. Just buy some moving blankets. I have one right here on my lap. These are about $7 on Amazon. Just place these in front of you or behind you or on the floors, or even hang them up on the walls if you want to. They're around $7 a piece, and you'll probably improve your sound quality a lot more than anything else you could possibly buy when it comes to tech. But that's it for my 5 gear recommendations for beginners on a budget. I hope this was helpful, and if you'd like to learn more about any of the products that I mentioned in this video, or you'd like to purchase them, I placed links in the description below to make that process a lot easier for you, and it also helps to support our channel here at Brandetize, and we really do appreciate it. Now, I'd like to hear from you. Are any of you just starting out to build out your home studio or your personal business or brand? Leave your thoughts in the comments below and I'll follow up with you. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next week. If you enjoyed this video about video gear for beginners, hit the like button and please share this video with your friends. And if you want more marketing content, subscribe to the Brandetize marketing channel. For more marketing resources and to discuss how Brandetize can help your business, visit our website at brandetize.com. Thanks again for watching.